Joint practices with the New England Patriots. It was a huge success today. The offense was a success. The first-team defense played really well. Jalen Hurts had a solid day. I think a pick or two, but I think a solid day today. Okay. First order of business, we need to see Devonta Smith. And it looks like he's in full pads. It looks like, he's going to come along very well. And from the MCL injury. Now, Jalen Hurts has already talked about this, saying that Smitty's going to be fine. Smitty's going to be okay. There's nothing to be worried about at all. So Devonta Smith needs to be in this mix. The chemistry has to be built, which is it pretty much already is. But I need to see him get some reps this week, at least for a couple plays. I'm not even saying for a whole series. If you can get him in for a couple plays, hey, I'll be happy with that. If they want to throw him in for a series, I'll be happy with that. You know what I mean? So to have Quez, Reagor, and Devonta Smith on the field is fantastic, but he's looking really good. He's looking more fluid. He looks great. I mean, it's really up to the Eagles at the end of the day what they want to do with Devonta Smith, or if they want to just keep him out just to kind of just make sure he's going to be 100%. But trust me, he looks 100%. You wouldn't be doing this if you weren't close to or just 100%. But he was limited today, so everybody's got to relax. He was limited. But Jalen Reagor had a fantastic day. 1-on-1s, 11-on-11s. Did a fantastic day. A 50-50 catch. I have to say, his route running looks real crisp. And it wasn't just this catch, obviously, but, ever since Jalen Reagor was reprimanded at practice, was not playing well. And, sometimes a coach turns a player around. And Reagor has been doing nothing but making plays nonstop at training camp. I know everyone's saying, well, he didn't do much at the training camp. He didn't do much at the preseason game. But, these are scheme plays that are meant for certain players. I mean, he got a couple chances. One ball was underthrown to him. But at the same time, I figured that, there's going to be something really good coming with Jalen Reagor. And that's, he's turning into what we want him to be, okay? Maybe, we're seeing more from Quez, Watkins. Maybe we're seeing more from other players. But Reagor is still going to be that speed plug-in player that's going to get into open space and get those big catches. And he can do those 50-50 balls like you're seeing here because he did it in college, okay? So Reagor has done good, even with one-on-ones today. His route running is pretty sharp. His route running is really good. It's getting better and better each time, no joke. And then obviously a slant, a nice slant. I mean, really just he's doing good, guys. Like, I know a lot of people aren't a fan of Jalen Reagor right now, but he's going to play good this year. I mean, compliment to Devonta Smith, compliment to Quez, Watkins. Jalen Reagor is coming to play, and I'm still on that Reagor train, guys. I'm excited for what he's going to bring to the table. Really, the coaches have made a huge difference with these players. You're seeing route running. You're seeing prestige route running from all these wide receivers. I mean, I think Doug, made these guys get away with a lot of things during practice, but these guys are reprimanded every single day by Nick Sirianni. If he doesn't think it's up to par, he's definitely going to let you know about it. And he will do it in front of the team. It doesn't matter. So I'm really happy for Reagor. I just want the show on the field, and I think with everyone's on the field, I think he's just going to compliment everybody, and it's going to work out really, really well. Now, the star of the show today, really, that we're all excited for, since Devonta Smith is not playing, is Quez Watkins. Quez Watkins has been playing out of his mind. Quez is, just one-on-ones and beating J.C. Jackson today on a long reception. I mean, he's coming into his own now, guys. Like, he's legit. He looks very legit. I think he showed it at the preseason game. He's showing it now. I need to see more. I really hope that all of this shows up in the NFL. I hope all of this shows up when it transcends into actual games. That's what I want. I mean, he's facing a starting cornerback for the Patriots right now. He's facing a starting cornerback. So at the same time, you know what? He's beating good talent. There was times on the field today where Quez was actually fighting with players. I think he fought with a couple of players today. It wasn't any fist fight or anything, but there were words going. There was chirping back and forth. He made a catch on a corner. He was chirping back and forth. So the confidence level is definitely going up, and the more confidence that goes up, the better Quez Watkins plays. So at the same time, like when Devonta Smith is out, you're going to see other players step up. You're going to see other receivers step up. And the one guy we were hoping for to step up was Quez Watkins. I think John Hightower is still dealing with that groin injury right now. And then Travis Fulgham, haven't heard much from him. Greg Ward, a couple things here and there, but nothing crazy. Quez is probably your second wide receiver right now, and it's looking like it. See what happens when you have development. See when you have good coaches that get the development out of your players in production. This is what happens when you're a technical, when you're micromanaging everything from players. Not to the point where it's too controlling, but at least, you got to see what your draft picks have. This guy, drafted, a John Hightower. You have a couple other receivers that, haven't really reached the surface of what they can actually become. So that's where it gets really interesting. And I think, we're going to get as much out of these guys. I think we're so underrated right now that other teams, other fans, they look at us media-wise. Other people look at us and say, like, we have nothing on offense. But we have a bunch of players that had short-term success last year. But unfortunately, because of veteran favoritism, they weren't kept in games. So this is what you have to do. And, I couldn't be any happier about what I've been seeing production-wise. And then if you go really to the linebacker position with Eric Wilson getting an interception, Sean Bradley with a deflection. So the linebacker position is actually doing a lot. I mean, the linebacker position is so productive right now. It's really it's so surprising. We don't get production at linebacker too much. And Jim Schwartz didn't know how to use linebackers, didn't know how to use corners. I mean, didn't do well at all. But I thought today they did fantastic. Javon Hargrave had pressure. That was for the Eric Wilson pick. Alex Singleton dropped an easy interception today. So these guys are getting in the right positions to make plays, and that's what it's all about. This defense, I think this defense is going to be deep on linebacker that has a bunch of different skill sets, which is fantastic. Now, Nelson Aguilar and N'Keal Harry, the two wide receivers for the Patriots, they didn't do much of anything till our first team at all, our first team defense. But our second team defense definitely, there was this other corner that we had. I forgot his name, but he was burnt today. Michael Jaquette was burnt today. I mean, N'Keal Harry and Aguilar had good games had good reps against our second defense. And that was pretty much it. Didn't really do well. Obviously, at cornerback, Zach McPherson got beat on a couple plays. So really, other than the starters, we were beat pretty much everywhere with our secondary. Which, it's no big deal. I mean, Nelson Aguilar just got a pretty decent contract from the Patriots, kind of going into his own. And N'Keal Harry is a big target for Cam Newton. But Cam Newton was getting pressured with the first team all game, all today at the NovaCare. So really, other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. I mean, I saw a lot today. I seen a lot today. And I got to say, I think we're coming to our own right now. Miles Sanders, dropped another ball today. This isn't looking good right now. It's really not, with, Kerryon Johnson out of the mix with that knee injury. Then you have, obviously you have, Jordan Howard that's having a pretty solid camp. So that knee injury is definitely going to affect, Kerryon Johnson, the way he's going to make this team or not. And I think it's going to pave the way for Jordan Howard to make this team as the bruiser back for the Philadelphia Eagles. And obviously we need to see where the Eagles are using those 2 extra roster spots. But really, other than that, Jalen Hurts threw dimes today. He had a couple picks today, nothing crazy, but overall, the Eagles won the day. I mean, they won this day today. So it was good. I was glad that we could see something more competition for the guys, get them prepared for this week's game, which is really important. And hopefully Devonta Smith maybe gets some snaps. We'll see what he does by the end of the week. So very proud of this team and where it's come from the beginning to the, obviously mid form of training camp. So other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys have a great day. I will see you guys later. Shake Squad up, Files 5. Peace out, guys. Peace.